Hey y'all, how's it going? It's Sway and welcome to day 3 of our 5 days of top 5. Today is one that I'm really excited about. It's our top 5, well, this is new because there are a lot of new mechanics and new fun things that are very, very different from what we've seen in Battlegrounds prior. So I'm really, really excited for this top 5. Let's go. All right, let's just dive right in here. You're gonna get that pun in a second. Number 5 is our tier 4 Silent Swimmer, which is our Naga. Get it? Silent Swimmer. We're diving right in. It's our Naga that is a spellcraft of give a minion +3, +5, and stealth until next turn. Let's talk about why this is cool. So we have had stealth in Battlegrounds in the past. We had the quest that provided stealth to the rightmost minion, but this is a targetable stealth. This is a stealth that you choose that minion. It does not have to be at the back of your board. Stealth is pretty rare in Battlegrounds. It's not something we've seen very often. So having this in a spellcraft minion is really, really interesting. Allowing something that, you don't want to die, giving it stealth, giving it those additional stats as well. Like, I'm really excited for this, and I'm excited for what possibilities this could bring to different comps. We know how versatile spellcraft is in general. You can use it in literally anything. Sometimes you just cycle a glow scale just to get that shield. You don't actually have any Naga on your board, but that shield is so useful. So I feel like Silent Swimmer being on 4 is going to be a very, very interesting piece to use in many comps, many situations. For number 4, we have our tier 4 Plagued Tidewalker. This is an undead murloc with Venomous. Okay, so where have we had poison before? That's where I'm really intrigued, right? With poison in previous metas, right, we have our puffer quill. So this is quilbore, this is Naga, and then we have like murloc, of course. We have Mantid, which is a neutral minion in all the games. Now we have like the mistake, we had the ball of minions. So in that way, like we had poison availability if there was a murloc there to poison that. Aside from that, we've seen Myxna in the past with the Reborn. That was broken. That was horrible. It was not fun to play against. But now we are seeing poison come to undead. Why is this important? Well, poison, venomous, not poison, excuse me. Venomous is not really good into undead because these minions spawn more minions, and they scale, and if you hit them with a venomous, then you're losing that venom value, first of all, and second of all, like there's so many more minions that spawn. So if for some reason you're running a murloc board and this Plagued Tidewalker is part of that board, it's only going to get that one venomous hit, and then after that there's so many more minions that spawn and you're not getting that venomous anymore. However, there are times when the only real poison in a game is a Mantid. If the other minion types are out, you really only have Mantid. So this is 4 out of 10 minion types now having poison with the introduction of the Plagued Tidewalker being undead. That means that almost half of the games are you're seeing a lot of venomous, and we are seeing that change where it's only the first hit, and then after that it's not going to work that way anymore. So that's intriguing and that's exciting, but that's very different to see that Plagued Tidewalker, that venomous, come to undead. I'm really excited for it. Moving on to number 3, we have the Boogie Monster. This is our tier 6 neutral. After you play a tier 1 minion, progress to the next tier and give your minions +1/+2. So this one is interesting as well, and it feels Theatary in a way. I just turned that into a way to describe things. It's Theatary. It's kind of sort of in the way of Theatar. But it feels like that because of the cycling of the minions. However, the actual mechanic of having to play a specific minion, play a minion on a specific tier, is really interesting, and I'm really, really intrigued by this. I love the board buffs. We already see that with Fireworks Fanatic right now in the game, and I think that this is only going to further that, and I'm very, very excited to play it. And this is It's new. I like it. I like shiny new things. Of course, we see minion tier relevancy with like Guff, the hero. But this specifically of playing a minion to give buffs based on a minion tier is so interesting. +1/+2 seems a little wanting. I did think that the stats would increase in some capacity as you get into the higher tiered minions because they are harder to find. But I mean, Theatar only gave +2/+2, but a lot more minion type availability. So that's gonna be a fun one to try out. I'm really excited for that. Next, at number 2, we have, actually this is a pair of minions. This is our quilbore minions. On tier 3, we have the Moonbacon Jazzer with a battle cry for the rest of the game, give blood gems an extra +1 health. And then our tier 4 Prickly Piper with a death rattle of, for the rest of the game, blood gems give +1 attack. So the like I mentioned when we did our patch review, this feels very druid hero power to me. Like there's a very parallel situation that came with Festival to druid. And I really like the parallel to Battlegrounds. I think that's really interesting and a really fun way to, engage people that play Constructed as well as Battlegrounds. I really enjoy that. But also, we haven't seen a lot of buffs to gems as outside of Agamagon. Agamagon gave the gems +1/+1 only when on the board. So this Battlecry Death Rattle situation is interesting because you can cycle the Jazzer. Prickly Piper, you do have to play through at least a little bit to get the value, but potentially could like stay on 4 and play just this like gem buff mid-game. And then by the end of your game, your gems could be just insanely strong. And you have minions that proc battle cries. So that feels really, really fun. Like, I am actually legitimately excited to play Quilbore because I think that we can just make gems ridiculous. And then you cycle like a Sunbacon, and then all of a sudden, just heckin' massive gems. And last but not least, we have our Disco Shuffler. This is a dragon. We did talk about this in our earlier video today with the previous series of just deep diving the minions, but this one is a choose one. So we saw some choose one come in with the buddies, specifically Galliwix's buddy. There was one with Cariel's buddy, but this choose one effect on a minion that's not, linked to a hero of trigger a friendly minion's battle cry or discover a battle cry minion. I really like this effect. I like the choose one where you can, say, okay, I have this battle cry that I would like to continue to work on and get the buffs from, like the situation I just talked about with those Quilbore. Then you have that. Or you potentially want some economy, you want to discover, you have a situation where a battle cry buff would be helpful, so you can choose to discover a battle cry minion. I like the choose one effect. I think it's really interesting and adds some dynamic play to the game and a whole nother line of decision making. So those are my top 5 of just like, this is really new and exciting. I know there are a lot of other new mechanics coming as well. We didn't even talk about the way that Murloc are going to work with the hand buff situation. I'm so excited for that. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about these minions specifically, because I think they're so interesting and going to add so much to Battlegrounds in the next season. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for our day 4. Bye, everyone.